Hi everyone, it's Henry from Volant. In this video, we're going to review the Yonex Astrox 99. We're looking at the 4U or 83 gram version of the Racket with a G5 or smaller scoop size, strung with Yonex Nano G98 at 28 pounds. Without boring you with all the details, here are two key specs for the Racket. It uses a material that stores energy when flexed and snaps back to produce steeper shots, called NAMD, throughout the Racket. It has a unique weight distribution which allows it to feel evenly balanced when held, but head heavy when swung. Further technical specs can be found at the Yonex website. So here's how we tested it. We tested drives, defending from net shots, lifts from drop shots and defending smashes, playing clears, playing drop shots, and smashes.
So this is what we thought about the Astrox 99. Henry, what did you like about it?
Well, Jeff, I thought it was actually really easy to generate power with this racket. That's probably something that I really do like about it. How about yourself?
I found that it was really nice through the air. So when I was swinging the racket through the air, it's like it's very swift and like the aerodynamics of the racket's really good and it feels really nice to swing. What about what you didn't like about it?
Well, I think it's a fairly unforgiving racket. So what I mean by that, it doesn't have a very big sweet spot. So if you hit beyond the sweet spot, you don't get a very clean shot out of it. So it's not that good, I think, for beginners. It's more suited to your experience in advanced players.
Yeah, and for me, what I didn't like about it, it's got a really stiff shaft. And so when I strike the shuttle, it is very kind of hard on the hand and the racket. So the feeling of the racket is quite hard because of the stiff shaft there. And like you said, the sweet spot isn't quite as big. So how would you rate it in terms of handling and feeling?
I actually quite like the feeling of this racket. So I would rate it a 9 out of 10. I think it's very easy to swing it around and just handle in general. Yeah, but so I'm talking beyond actually hitting the shuttle. So just swinging it around and just the general movements of the racket.
Yeah, when I hold it in my hand as well, it feels quite nice. And I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 for very similar reasons. So this isn't about hitting the shuttle. It's just more about the swing and how it feels in my hand without actually hitting the shuttle. But when it comes to the actual control of it, like I said before, because it's a little bit stiffer and the feeling is a bit harder off the racket, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 as well. It's still a really good rating. It's still a really good feeling, but I prefer it to be just a little bit softer.
Yeah, same here. Look, I think an 8 out of 10 is a very respectable score for this racket. Certainly, it is easy to control, but as I said, if you're hitting just slightly beyond that sweet spot, then it's just not as clean of a shot.
And power. I think this racket is great for power, and I'm giving it 9 out of 10 because of the head heavy head, it is quite easy to generate the power, and that's why I'm giving it 9 out of 10.
Yeah, similar sort of reason. With this one, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. Certainly very easy to generate power. And yeah.
With speed, because it is head heavy, it's a little bit slower to maneuver. It's still not too heavy though. But in terms of driving, defense, and fast front court in doubles, for example, it's just a little bit slower than the head lighter rackets. And I'm giving it 7 out of 10 for speed.
Certainly I agree there as well. I mean, certainly Yonex has done a very good job with their weight distribution of this racket. So it sort of feels like it's not that head heavy when you're holding it, but when you're swinging it, it feels a bit more head heavy. So I'd give this a 7.5 out of 10. It's still very good for that purpose.
And lastly, the way it looks. So it's aesthetics. So it is orange. The paint job is a little bit asymmetrical in itself, which I'm not the biggest fan of. And the name of the racket, the Astrox 99, is actually on the side of the shaft, not on the front or on the back. So for that reason, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 in the way it looks.
I'd also give it a 7 out of 10. I'm actually pretty fond of the color orange, but the asymmetry of this racket just doesn't really do it for me. Again, just an opinion. If you love the look of the racket, by all means, give it a 9, 10, 12, whatever you like, hey?
So overall, who do you think this racket's for, and what are your overall comments?
Well, I definitely don't think it's for beginners. I think this racket's really suited for experienced and advanced players with great form and technique. I'd certainly say singles players it's great for, and it's great for doubles players if you prefer to be at the back and like to smash a lot. So generally your offensive or hard hitters is who I'd recommend this racket for. I think it's overall, a really good racket. So yeah, definitely consider it if you're one of those types of players.
Yeah, I think this is a really solid racket overall as well. I think it is better for advanced players because of the smaller sweet spot, but it is really easy to generate power. And for those players who like that harder feeling of the shuttle with the racket, I think this is the racket for you.
Thanks so much for tuning into this video, guys. If you like and find it useful, then please like our video, share it with your friends, and follow us on our YouTube channel.
Astrox 99.